Welcome to episode 168 of Regen Rovers, where today we're going to be taking on Real Madrid in the Champions League quarter-finals. This is such a huge day for Regen Rovers. I can't quite believe that we have made it to the quarter-final of the Champions League at our first attempt. I say that, but at the same time, I do tend to find European competitions fairly easy by this stage in the safe, because we're a top 4 Premier League team, and top 4 Premier League teams tend to get to the quarter-final of the Champions League, don't they? Especially on Football Manager. So maybe it's not a massive shock, but I'm absolutely delighted at our progress this season. We're in the top 4 in the Premier League once again, and we're taking on Real Madrid in the quarter-final of the Champions League. We're also going to play Southampton today. Just invite them up the road. Sort of a local rivalry. It would be nice for it to one day develop into a rivalry, but we're a lot better than Southampton these days, aren't we? We're all the way up in 3rd in the Premier League. 67 points. 6 points above 4th place Man City. 7 above Arsenal, but they do have a game in hand. We might be able to catch Man United. There's almost zero chance of catching Spurs, I think, unless they really flop in the last few games. So since you last left me, then we've played 3 games and 3 wins. 2-0 win against Wolves. Anthony with a penalty, and then he scored 3 minutes later from open play to give us all 3 points. He started scoring again. It's a similar year to last year, actually. Good start and good end to the season. The middle section not so good. And it's an I have to decide whether I go with Anthony or Safik Kelechi up front, really. This was a cracking result. We were 2-0 down against Liverpool. They're down in, I think, 8th place. They're not having a good season, but still, what a turnaround. Sensational comeback from the lads. 2-0 down and winning 3-2 is always very, very pleasing. Even better when you score all the goals in the second half. But we did get one back before the half-time whistle. Simon Moore crossed in. It was a poor header, and Novak just pounced and finished. Isidoro Rodriguez made it 2-2 with a fantastic header. He really is a fantastic centre-back. Really good in the air. And then Aloisi came off the bench and scored a 92nd minute winner from a corner. We really are quite dangerous from corners, aren't we? And then a 3-0 win against Huddersfield. Very good performance all round from the lads today. Bruno Agra with the first goal. Nice finish from outside the box into the bottom right-hand corner. Anthony made it 2. Van den Broek played it into Navarrete. Found Van den Broek, and it fell to Anthony, and at the second attempt he slammed it in. And Darren Brush rounded it off with a 3rd. Our on-loan right winger, of course. He's done alright, actually. I've been fairly pleased with when he's come in and had to play. That was a great finish. So, of course, we've already had a dress rehearsal against Real Madrid. We beat them 4-0 in our first ever game at Mark Ball Park. But that was a friendly, and this could be, it should be a very different story. We're going to Santiago Bernabeu to take them on in the first leg. And the team I'm going with Anthony and Safik Kelechi up front together, because Navarrete, unfortunately, is injured. He is out for up to 2 weeks, so he might be out of both legs. Once again, he's had a bit of a dry spell after getting to that 20 after a hat-trick. Suddenly he's not scored for a while. Anthony's on 14 goals, Kelechi's on 9. It's weird. As we've got better and become more of a team, and the team performance has risen, and we've managed to finish in the top 4 last year, we've actually become less prolific. We're a little bit less open. I've not really changed the tactic for a few seasons. There's been a few tweaks, but nothing major. There's been a few, I suppose, player instruction changes at times. But I think overall the defence has just improved, and it's enabled us to be a bit more solid and not quite as free-flowing up front, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, there's a few tired legs out there. Rios is having to play. Well, I've decided to play him instead of Gale. Regen Rovers is playing because Laurent is ineligible against his parent club. Of course, he's on loan from Real Madrid, so he can't play. What else was I going to say? Oh yes, David Okoro has signed a new contract. Where is David Okoro? Oh yes, he's in the under-23s these days, isn't he? That's why I can't see him. Yes, he has signed a new 2-year deal, and it's not 64 grand a week or whatever he wanted. It's 1.8 grand a week. I don't know why he said he wanted 64 grand a week. in that interaction I had with him a couple of episodes ago. It was hilarious, but he suddenly changed his mind and he wants to stay, and I think he's taken either slight pay decrease or it's about the same. I don't know. Obviously he's only ever going to play in the Hampshire Senior Cup these days. Maybe he'll come off the bench in a cup final or something just because, but you know, we just have to keep him here at the club. He's been here since the end of the first season, however many years. How many years is that? Well, a lot. What, 18 years? Something like that? 17 years, I suppose. Oh, hell of a long time. So, yeah, well, we're keeping him. And he is going to have part of the new stadium named after him. Of course, part of the old stadium was called the Okoro Roar. And we're going to have an Okoro Roar again in the new stadium. I think that makes sense because he deserves it. Anyway, shall we get on with this? Here we are in Madrid then. Flown over to Spain. Chef didn't fly us. He's not a pilot, fortunately. I mean, he'd love to. He did actually offer, but he's probably training to be a pilot, to be fair to him. Maybe one day he'll be flying us abroad. Anyway, yeah, I've shown you the team. The Real Madrid team. Medina up front, a Mexican international. He is prolific. He looks incredibly dangerous. They're going with a fairly defensive-looking formation, aren't they? But they've got some exceptional players, as you would expect from a Real Madrid team. They're all full internationals, I think. Mexico seem to have really produced some very good players. Of course, we've got two in our team. Rios, who doesn't get in the Mexico team, and Kotasek, who has got 48 caps for his country. Exceptional central midfielder, of course. Marconi on the right-hand side of defence, alongside Kosic. Marconi. I'm from Chelmsford, and Marconi, the person who invented the radio, is very famous there. And he's very famous generally, isn't he? Because, of course, he invented the radio, and the first ever radio factory, etc., was in Chelmsford. So yeah, I like the name Marconi. Always brings back memories. Anyway, let's get on with this. Be nice if we can get an away goal or two. Might be getting a bit ahead of myself. Bit ahead of myself here. But I would absolutely love it if Obviously, I'd love it if we beat Real Madrid. I just want us to put in a good performance against this team. And we've won a free kick early on. Here's Novak. Into Safet Kalechi, playing as the complete forward today, of course. Out wide to Anthony. Rios. Anthony again. He's done well here. It's into Safet Kalechi, who turns and scores. We've already scored against Real Madrid after 3 minutes. An away goal. That is crucial. And Safet Kalechi with his 10th goal of the season. It's a brilliant finish. Lovely play from Anthony. Just patient build-up from that free kick. We took it short and we just waited for the opportunity. Anthony played it into Kalechi. He still had a fair bit to do. He had to beat that defender. Took it round him. And then finished brilliantly. Wow, what a start. Corner now, Kotasek into Matt Smith. Oh, it's tipped around and we've not managed to create anything there. There's only been one shot so far in this game, and that is the goal. One shot in 10 minutes, not great. But I don't mind. If we can keep Real Madrid to 0 shots all game, then hopefully we should win. Although, of course, we did concede a goal. Was it against Monaco? An own goal? Can't remember. And they hadn't had a shot. Anyway, here come Real Madrid. They're being patient themselves. Pinto skips round his man, but he plays it back to Rubio, into Sani, to Rubio again, and they're really been. I can sense a goal. Oh, we've intercepted though with Kotasek. He's on the charge. He's played it into Anthony. He's got the pace, but he plays it over to Safet Kalechi, who heads it on. It's behind everyone, unfortunately, and maybe it is going to be a Real Madrid chance after all. Rios has missed his header. Medina is through, and he is prolific, and he scores. I really thought that was going to be us snatching that opportunity there, because Real Madrid patient build-up play. We suddenly intercept. You think, oh, this is great. But in the end, they countered. Rios misses the header, which is unlike him. And it's 1-1. But we've got a corner again. Kodsek takes it into the near post. Headed away as far as Matt Smith, who's up there. Not sure why. Rios to Kodsek. Crosses it in. Cleared. Van den Broek can hit them, but he's hit it over. Look at us trying to close down the short goal kicks. Of course, on FM20, the goalkeepers can pass it in their own box to their own defenders because of the rule changes. So that's exciting to see. If you haven't watched any of my FM20 sort of match engine videos, I'm just showing off the game, then go and check them out. And remember, there's a good deal in my description below to pre-order FM20. And you can help me out as well, so that'd be grand. Anyway, here come Real Madrid again, looking for a second. There's been quite a few highlights early on in this game. Once again, we intercept. Let's hope we can take advantage this time. Kotasek. Here he goes. It's a delightful through ball to Safet Kelechi's round, and it's just wide. Decent effort, but it really was a fabulous pass from Ivan Kotasek. So many highlights here. We've definitely got it on key, haven't we? Yeah, we do. It's just highlight galore. I mean, there's not been a huge number of shots and chances, but it's just the game's decided these are worthy of our viewing. And here's Novak into Kotasek again. He's just involved in everything. What a player he has been this season for us. Certainly up there for the Player of the Season award, I think. Probably alongside the likes of... I wouldn't be surprised if Navarrete wins it, according to the game. Just because he's a favoured personnel icon now. And the game tends to favour those players. But I'd probably give it to Kotasek right now. Here's Medina for Real Madrid again. Look at him. Oh my. I don't really know what Antonello was doing there, standing to one side. But he has just murdered our defence. There were still loads of players back. We just weren't putting the tackles in. We were giving him too much respect there, weren't we? This Medina chap is absolutely deadly. Oh, I've not done... I forgot to do these. Well, that's probably why he scored twice. He might have scored twice anyway, to be fair. But that was a bit of a blunder, wasn't it? Oh, Novak, great tackle. But here's Sané. Why are both of our midfielders running after him? Closing down, I suppose, in numbers. Here's Monturri. Great tackle, Van den Broek. Now, can we break? Novak running at the defence. Plays it out wide to Anthony. He's got loads of space. Has he got Safet Kelechi in support? He didn't really get up there, but here he is on the ball now. And he finds Simon Moore. He's round the back, and Anthony, with his 50th goal of the season, makes it 2-2. And we've got 2 away goals in the Bernabeu. Absolutely brilliant. Lovely goal from us. Safet did really well to actually find Simon Moore here with this pass. Just about the right weight on it. And it's a fantastic cross. Just behind all of these defenders in the gap. That deadly area. Oh no. Free kick to Real Madrid at the death of this first half. And it's nodded away. And maybe we can take advantage of this. Novak again, he's so good at just running with the ball and gaining ground. He's been caught up with, and it is blocked in the end, and that's a shame because now our 2 central midfielders charging into the box trying to support the strikers. We're out of position, but we've got back. However, it's lumped long, and Medina's through here for a hat-trick, and he gets it. Oh, he's destroyed us. Maybe we need to drop the defence back a bit here. He is murdering our back line. Okay. I'm not going to make any changes. The defence have been shaky, but I've had a little dig at them. Seems to have worked. And I've sort of said they're unlucky, which hopefully will motivate them a bit. But overall, we've got to be pleased with this. Hopefully we can get a decent result in our own ground. We just have to hope this Medina chap doesn't continue to murder us in this second half. Here they come again though, and here is Medina, and oh my day, literally, commentator's curse. It's going to be difficult. I know we've got 2 away goals, but to be 2 goals behind Real Madrid, I'm going to push more up. And Van der Broek's going to come off for Tarasenko. Swap him with Kotasek, I think. Oh no, that's gone wrong. Let's do that. The dream might be over. It was such an encouraging first half. They've not done anything apart from one player has absolutely blitzed us. It's just him, single-handedly. It's like Cristiano Ronaldo for Real Madrid over the last few years. Single-handed performance at times to get them out of trouble. We've been very equal. We've had slightly more possession. We've had the same number of shots, similar chances. It's horrible when that happens. And it's 5. Oh, we're crashing out the Champions League, guys. It was such an encouraging first half. Mark Ball's coming off the bench. Big game performer. Let's see if he can make a difference. Darren Brush is going to come on the right-hand side. We've gone attacking. Oh, I feel a bit deflated now. I really thought we might make it all the way in the Champions League. But this is what separates the best from the very best, I suppose. They're absolutely clinical today. 5 goals. It's unlike our defence because usually we're pretty solid, and that is 6. What is going on? Our defence is deflated. He's got 5 against us. He only had 10 goals this season. Sonny's got 5 goals in one game. 10.0 performance from Medina. Might be the have we had a 10.0 at some point in the series? I don't know. We might have done. It's extremely rare these days to get up at 10.0. We're just letting them wander through, aren't we? Medina again. One Manuel's been good as well, and this is a chance for 7. Good save. I think it's the first save I've seen Antonello make today. There's been 12 shots on target, so he must have made a few more that we haven't seen. We've been taught a lesson, haven't we? Well, this isn't going to be the last season of Regen Rovers. We can't end like this. As I've said previously, I'll probably continue the series, but it would be quite a slow pace. Because of course I'm going to have to concentrate on FM20. I want to play the new game. I want to give you new content. But I will play Regen Rovers from time to time. And there'll be an episode every now and then. But it will be quite rare. And it probably will mean there won't be that many people interested in it. But I don't want to end in this fashion, basically. Here's Matt Smith crossing it in. It's headed over. If we were to get a third, there is a very slim chance, but we're not going to win 4-0 at home, are we, against Real Madrid? Oh, but we've done it. I say that. We have won 4-0 at home against Real Madrid, but in a friendly. So I guess it is possible. But I think I'm being a bit unrealistic thinking we can turn this result around. That was harsh. A harsh result. Southampton then, at home, Markball Park. He's not playing today though, but I'm thinking of playing him against Real Madrid in the second leg. I know he's not good enough anymore, but he loves a big game, so let's do it. His pace and acceleration have really declined. He still knows where the back of the net is, and maybe I should just play him as an out-and-out poacher these days. Anthony's going to captain the team today. There's been a lot of changes. The front two remain the same, the goalkeeper remain the same, but everyone else has changed. We've gone with Laurent. Rios remains the same as well. Rios, Laurent, Gale and Boyce at the back. Brush, Aloisi, Agra and Lenz in the middle. Southampton, decent mid-table Premier League team. I don't think they're in trouble. But let's try and get a win today and boost that morale a bit. I sometimes think maybe I need to return to being a bit more of a Tinkerman. In that last match, I didn't change much. In the past, I'd have changed everything and I've tried to do something to fix the problem, but you guys have kind of reined in my tinkering and I kind of just leave it these days. I've not had to change much, to be fair, that often in recent seasons because the system works and I trust the system to continue to work in those scenarios, but it didn't. It quite clearly didn't work. Their striker scored 5 goals and my defence didn't know what to do about him. So perhaps I should have changed something in hindsight, but hindsight, it's a wonderful thing. Giving the ball away there, and Southampton might be able to hit us on the break. I think the midfield are kind of a bit non-existent in this system. The box-to-box midfielder, more often than not, is too far forward. It's not box-to-box. He's always in the other box, at the wrong time. Of course, at one point we played a defensive midfielder. Something I could return to against teams like Real Madrid, but how do I know how good a team's going to be until I play them? We beat Real Madrid 4-0 in the summer, so I kind of had a bit of... I had some high hopes, but it obviously didn't work. Anyway, here comes Southampton. Oh no, Bolday's rounds. Bolday makes it 1-0. We'll go attacking, I think. Push these guys forward. Here we go, corner. Lenz whips it in. Headed away as far as Bruno Agra. Agra into Lenz again. Crosses it. Oh, Safik Kalechi. Anthony blocked. Anthony, second attempt. There we go, 1-1. We're back in this. Brush now with a throw. All the way into the box, just into the hands of the goalkeeper, though. Far too close to the 6-yard box. And they can clear. Sorry if you can hear roadworks out the side, by the way. There's the Virgin are doing some... They're installing fibre optic wires, I suppose, in the area. Well, it's irritated in the sense of the noise, but... I don't know. I'll probably stick with BT, to be honest. Here's Brush. That's blocked. Agra. Lenz! Oh! It's got in. 5th goal of the season for Lenz. I used to have Virgin. It was really, fast in Southampton, but a little bit unreliable. It would turn off a bit. BT's not quite as fast. Although, I don't know. It's good speed, but touch wood, I've not really had any technical problems. So I think it's fine. And Virgin seem to limit your upload speeds a bit as well, don't they? I think you can probably pay for more. I don't really know how it works. If anyone from Virgin is watching this and happens to want to give me free internet, then great. I'll take it. Here's Brush. Fires it well wide. Another opportunity maybe. 35 minutes in. We've been dominant. They've had one shot and they've scored from it. Agra to Anthony. No, it's to Aloisi. Sorry, Anthony's deep. And that's cleared. As far as Laurent, who's playing today, of course, because he can't play against Real Madrid. That's to the back post for Safik. Boyce, sorry. There's Safik Kelechi heading it wide. Anthony's in great form, isn't he? He's got a chance of catching Navarrete and finishing as top goal scorer. I'm going to continue to attack with the wingers. I can't talk today. I keep messing up my words. I'm going to continue to attack with the wingers pushed forward. I want another goal, but here's Southampton with a free kick opportunity. It's crossed in, headed away. As far as Bolde, the goal scorer. Lenz intercepts. It's into Kelechi or Safit, or whatever he wants to be called. He's done well to hold on to it. I was hoping we could counter there, but instead we're transitioning up the pitch patiently. And here is Lenz. Delightful ball to Brush, and Brush finishes for a third. Oh, we've played well, haven't we? Going to throw Mark Ball on actually for Kelechi's on a yellow. 55 minutes in. We're continuing to attack. Here's Anthony. Crosses it to Bruno Agra. To Lenz. Back to Agra. We've won a penalty. And, well, Anthony's our penalty taker, so yeah, we'll let him take it. I was tempted to give it to Mark Ball because he's still looking for his first Premier League goal this season, but you got to trust a player with 19 on penalties, haven't you? And up he steps, and he slots that away. There's no point having a penalty taker with 19 on penalties if you're not going to let him take penalties. Tarasenko's going to come on. We're having fun in this game. It's been fun just going attacking and keeping it on attacking. Last change, Časakovic is coming on. Lenz has played well. Free kick to Southampton. Antonelli saves it. Plenty of highlights, but I suppose it's what you'd expect from a team like us, going attacking against a weaker team. Agra has given that away. Munoz is through here. Well, he's trying to get through anyway. He's done well to hold on to it, but we've got men back. However, it's still going, this highlight. So you can kind of sense a goal, can't you, just because of the circumstances. Here's Edwards. Oh, it's a delightful ball through. Oh, it's off the post. Unlucky. I think we'll go back to balance now. We're up to second as it stands. I don't know if Man United have a game in hand or anything, but overall it's been a magnificent season in the Premier League. We've made fantastic progress as a club. It's a shame that we lost in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. We didn't do very well in the League Cup. And it looks like we're out the Champions League. But still very good progress. To get to the quarter... Oh, they've scored a second. To get to the quarter-final of the Champions League at our first attempt is just brilliant. It is some achievement. And we've got to be proud of that. Anyway, and we've done well with our mainly second-string team today, haven't we? Here's Tarasenko into Agra. If they get a third, that would be a bit worrying. Oh, no. Where are you going, defenders? What is that? Oh, what a tackle, Rios. But they're still on the ball here. I've maybe got a bit complacent towards the end of this game. Rios clears, looking for Anthony. Can't find it, but Brush picks up the pieces. And here he goes. It's that wide to Časakovic. Come on, Mark Ball, get in there. Oh, it's to Anthony. It's his hat-trick. Mark Ball was waiting, but he didn't. Anthony had the movement, didn't he? He had the perfect movement there to get his 18th goal of the season. 5-2. Goals galore today for you. Oh, no, his Bolde has been really good. Is this going to be a third for Southampton? It is 5-3. What is going on? Defensively, we've been shocking. After my talk at the start of this episode, talking about our solid defence, we've now conceded 9 goals in today's episode. Just ironic, isn't it? Just had to be. Anyway, we're hoping for a 4-0 win against Real Madrid to end off today's episode and go through to the semi-final of the Champions League. That would be quite miraculous and one of the biggest achievements ever at the club. Probably the biggest, let's be honest. If we could pull this off, it'd be special. We're up to second. Man United do have a game in hand. We're only 2 wins away from Spurs. I mean, they've dropped off. There's a slim chance, but there is a chance that we can win the Premier League. There is a chance here. Once again, I'm astounded by our financial situation. We've made the most profit this season out of any Premier League club. 48.53 million, despite spending a ton of money as well. We're in such a good position, aren't we? So here we are then. Mark Ball Park awaits, hopefully, for an absolute miracle. It is highly unlikely because Medina, as we know, is insane. He's actually scored 5 goals in Europe this season, and all of them were in the last match. He hadn't scored in his first 5 games, and suddenly he turns it on in the quarter-final. That is such a Cristiano Ronaldo thing to do, isn't it? Anyway, I am actually going to make some tweaks to the tactics before we get started. I'm going to play Mark Ball as a poacher. Let's just do everything to Medina. Everything possible. Yeah, Mark Ball's going to play as a poacher. I'm playing him. I'm going with it up front, alongside Anthony as an advanced forward. We're going to push more up on that side. Vandenbroek, maybe we should get one of them to sit a bit deeper. Like defensive central midfielder, just sit back a bit. We're going to go attacking from the start though, but I'm just worried about our central midfield just gets overrun so much. I'm going to go a bit direct and turn this off. We don't want to give the ball away by running and losing the ball basically. Just a few tweaks. The Tinker Man is back and I'm hoping that it works. It's so unlikely, it really is, but you never know with Football Manager. I've pulled off some miracles in the past with this Regen Rovers team and the previous Regen Rovers series and other times on Football Manager. If they get an early goal or 2, then it's difficult because, of course, we've got the 2 away goals there. But here they come looking for a goal already. Sani hits it off the crossbar and Isidoro Rodriguez clears. They can just sit back and hit us on the break. That's the problem. 4-goal advantage. And they are being defensive, I reckon, because there's nothing happened after 23 minutes. But here we go. Here's Novak. Novak still going. It's blocked. Second attempt over. Free kick. Rey Henriquez to take it, and he's curled it against the post. It's not happening for us. Just before half time, it's been a very quiet compared to the first leg. That was so many highlights, and I think they're literally just sitting back, taking it easy, waiting for us to attack to hit us on the break. And this could be a goal for Real Madrid. And it's saved. And it's cleared. And here's Mark Ball. Oh, it's so sad to see his decline. I might have to take him off. It's not worked for him. It's not worked for us. Do I gamble and leave him on? Well, I'm going to make some changes. Alois is going to come with a Vandenbroek because he's on a yellow. I'm going to go back to playing the box-to-box midfielder role. We're going to bring Darren Brush on for Novak. Get stuck in. Urgent. I'm just going for it now. Here's Anthony. Can we pounce? Anthony to Mark Ball. Oh, he's done it. He's scored. Oh, I'm so glad I kept him on. I mean, it's 1 goal. We're still 3 behind. But what a finish right at the start of the second half. What a start. It's intercepted by, it might be Kotasek, I think. Anthony then ran. It's a great ball, but what a finish. He can still find the back of the net. He hasn't scored in the Premier League this season, but he's got a few in the Champions League. What a finish that is. We're back in this. It's 6-3 on aggregate. But you never know. You never know. I mean, they might come up here and score a goal and break my heart instantly. Medina, here he is. It's over the bar. He was scoring those in the first leg. Oh, it's not happening. We were lucky at the start of the second half. They just switched off a bit. Right, I'm going to move Kotasek to being an advanced playmaker on support. Corner to Real Madrid. Ah, it's in. It's all over. It's 7-3 in aggregate. We still need to score 4 goals in 20 odd minutes. It's not happening, lads. Sorry. Let you down. That first leg was a nuclear war zone. 8 minutes to go. Here's Kotasek to Rey Henriquez. Back to Kotasek. Back to Rey Henriquez. Crosses it in. Headed away as far as Aloisi. Into Kotasek again. Aloisi, we're not going anywhere here. Oh, delightful ball out wide to Matt Smith. Anthony! What a save. What a save. Bring in on Kalechi for Anthony. Wasn't to be. We're crashing out the Champions League. Maybe we can still get a winner though. It's crossed in. Here's Aloisi. Caught by the keeper. Be a shame if we lose this. I don't think we deserve to, but here they come. Crossed in. Headed away by Rey Henriquez. Brush can't win it. Chance. 2-1. They've got the 2 away goals as well. 8-3 on aggregate. Oh, we have been taught a lesson in this Champions League leg. We were great against Monaco. We were brilliant in the group stage, but this has just been one step too far for us this season, unfortunately. There's a chance we can win the Premier League. It's very slim. I can't imagine Spurs will lose 2 more games this season. But if they do, then we can pounce. And they've got the Champions League to look like. They've won 6-2 on aggregate. They're through again, looking for their 3rd title in a row. So they might concentrate on that. So I just want to praise Mark Ball because that was a fantastic goal, let's be honest. He scored against Real Madrid again. What a legend. Yeah, there is a chance. I mean, obviously there's a chance, more of a chance for Man United because they have a game in hand. But if we win the Premier League this season, I suppose that would be the perfect ending to the series. But that's a massive if, isn't it? Next few games then, we can concentrate on the Premier League. It ends with Man City, which is obviously tricky, but they're down in 5th, so we should still be beating them. But we've got Cardiff in 18th. That should be a win. Eastleigh in the Hampshire Senior Cup final. And then Bournemouth, Crystal Palace and Man City. Now, we've literally got 5 games left. We know that. I'm going to play the Cardiff game behind the scenes. You will join me for the Hampshire Senior Cup final because I tend to show those games. That will be the start of the last episode of this season. And then Bournemouth, Palace and Man City. It's going to be a premiere. We got to make it a premiere. So I will stick it on Twitter when it's ready to go out. I've been uploading daily this week, but I might wait a day. I don't know. I haven't decided. We might wait another day. Yeah. FM20 beta might come out as well, which will be a bit of a pain if it comes out on the same day as I want to do this premiere, because no one will want to watch, of course. So that could have put a spanner in my plans anyway. But thank you for watching today's episode. It wasn't to be in the end. Real Madrid was just one step too far. You saw goals galore though in today's episode, which is a lot of fun. You will join me for the last episode of this season. Possibly, it's a very slim possibility it could be the last regular episode, because if we win the Premier League, I think that is the perfect way to end the series. I know we haven't won the Champions League, but realistically I feel like if we win the Premier League, there's not going to be another opportunity to really top that achievement, I don't think. Yes, winning the Champions League would be topping that achievement, but if anything, I think winning the Premier League is harder. In some ways, we've not had like the most magnificent season ever, but fortunately Spurs have dropped off this year. You know, last year 78 points. We might not even get to 78 points this season. Maximum we can get is 82. Spurs on 76 at the moment. They got 99 last year. They only lost 1 game, so they really have dropped off quite a bit. But you know, we might. I'd love it. I'd obviously absolutely love it if we could win the Premier League this year. It'd be a bit bittersweet because I know that kind of does make sense to end the series then, and that's quite sad. But let's just see what happens in the last 4 games of the season, and then make a decision then. But until next time, enjoy FM19, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you very soon.